Entaro Tassadar, fellow Protoss players. Today we are going to be looking at a game between Defaulted and myself. Oh god, that was even worse than the game before with Nirvana and Mystic Prime. That was terrible. Anyway, yeah, what we're gonna do with this video is it's gonna be a little kind of tutorial thing going on. About a variation of the 4 warp gate build that you can do as a Protoss player. Now, I'm probably not going to play as perfectly as I would like to here, although I'm not playing this and talking at the same time because that was hell in my other videos. So I just thought I'd get my friend unaware of what I was going to do and just try it out. This pylon does go down at 9 as usual. And I'm doing a little bit of micro there. If you haven't seen the 7% extra mining trick, go and check that out. It's on StarCraft's post, I believe, and on StarCraft YouTube channel. So go check that out. It's really good. Get you a little bit of extra minerals every so often. Anyway, you do want to throw this gateway down as soon as possible in order to be able to get your cybernetics core out as soon as possible during this tactic. Once that pylon is finished, and once that is done, you're essentially going to be wanting to get a gas, but you're going to be wanting to only get around 50 gas in order to be able to just research your warp gates. And this kind of tactic relies quite a bit on luck, but more on extreme early aggression, like beyond belief, and it is pretty much an all-in, because you possibly will be behind in tech, and you'll definitely be behind in economy when that happens. Anyway, as soon as your gateway is finished, you're going to be wanting to throw down a cybernetics core, getting that 50 gas in order to be able to research warp gates. And once that warp gate technology is what you can do with this build is you want to be chrono boosting out your warp gate technology as quickly as possible in order to make this super effective. But your chrono boost, you can use 2 chrono boosts before your cybernetics core is finished, and then you'll still have enough chrono boost left in order to be able to chrono boost your cybernetics core 4 times in order to be able to get that warp gate out. So as you can see there, I do have 50 gas, and I am now chrono boosting out this warp gate technology as quickly as possible. Default has a sneaky little probe there, and also another really important aspect to this build is to keep this probe in the opponent's base alive, and I'm not doing a very good job of it at all. In order to be able to make pylons to warp your units in as quickly as possible. So now Default just throwing down that pylon there in order to spot the stones, rocks. And as soon as you do have the minerals, you're wanting to be throwing down these 3 more warp gates in conjunction with your 4th warp gate in order to be able to warp in 4 units at any one time. So again, you want to be chrono boosting out this. I'm doing a terrible job of chrono boosting it out, but it doesn't matter for the sake of this. For the sake of argument, just keep chrono boosting your warp gates. And as we can see here, Defaulted is just getting up his 2nd gateway. This tactic, applying all this early pressure so early on, can really cripple people. And as you can see here, I've started to throw down my pylons. I did bring a 2nd probe in just in case that this one did die. And now these pylons are in place in order to be able to warp in units once this is finished. So now my warp gate is almost finished. It's very important also to make sure that you're not silocked during all this, and now I'm warping in these warp gates. Once these warp gates have warped in, you're free to just spam zealots everywhere, and the early aggression at this point is so much that your opponent, unless he's gonna curry a 4 warp gate as well, it's pretty much, it's extremely hard to stop this as a Protoss player. Against a Protoss player using the Korean 4 warp gate strategy. So now all these probes have lost a lot of mining time. They're warping in more zealots in order to be able to reinforce this, and now he has 2. I'm warping in a sentry there as well because I was a bit heavy on the gas. Warping in now all he has is 2 zealots, 1 stalker to my 8 zealots, and I'm going to be warping in more units soon, throwing down another pylon there just to make sure. But this pylon was not necessary at all. So at this point, it's pretty much GG. So the basic fundamentals of this Korean 4 warp gate is 9 pylon, as early as you can possibly get it, first warp gate, so you can get your cybernetics core out very early. A simulator, and try and get 50 gas as quickly as possible. And then an extra 3 warp gates. Once your cybernetics core is finished, you want to start researching warp gate technology and chrono boosting out like mad your warp gate technology. Keep a probe inside your opponent's base alive so you can throw down some pylons, and then once you actually do have the pylons in your opponent's base, it's pretty much GG for your opponent from there. So give it a try if you want to give it a try. It's an amusing tactic that I've been followed by quite a few times. In fact, it's pretty much the tactic that knocked me out of that tournament that I was in a few weeks ago by Inco. So yeah, give it a go, and I'll see you guys next time.